Hello, I'm Jason Barron. I'm going to read an excerpt from Against the Heresies by Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre. Anyone who doesn't know who Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre is, he is the founder of the priestly order of the Society of St. Pius X. Him and the four bishops that he consecrated were excommunicated by Pope John Paul II for disobedience. And of course, the excommunications were lifted by Pope Benedict XVI. This is the excerpt from Monsignor Lefebvre from Against the Heresies on page 291. It is the Jews who have persecuted the Catholics. And when he speaks of the quote-unquote persecuted minority, the Cardinal shows that he does not know his history very well, because it is the Jews, after all, who persecuted the Christians. The Christians did not persecute the Jews, just the contrary is true. If it were necessary to set them apart in what they called ghettos, as existed at Rome, Venice, throughout Italy, and in all the great Catholic cities, it was to protect them, but they enjoyed great liberties and even privileges. They carried out their trade and business in all tranquility and freedom. And in these ghettos, which signifies a place where Jews lived apart, they were officially protected by the church. As for them, as soon as they could, they worked against Catholics. They have always worked against the church. They have never been willing to accept submission to the laws of a Christian state. They have always remained outside, and this in every domain. It is thus that they have been able to get control of all the financial institutions, all the while refusing to recognize the laws of the country in which they lived. It is fantastic. End of excerpt. Yes, and that is a fact. That is not an opinion. That is a undisputable fact. And it continues till this day. They try and, they make demands to the church as to what prayers they can and can't say. If a Jew finds a certain prayer in the missile offensive, the Jews will demand that the church remove it. And they engage in all kinds of organized crime, such as the ADL, which is a Jewish organized crime group. APAC, where they tell Congress what to do, what laws to pass, what laws they can pass, what laws they can't pass. If Jews don't like it, then APAC will demand that a law not be passed, or if the Jews want it, they'll demand that the law must be passed, and usually they'll get their way, because they've seized control of all the levers of power in modern times. So that's and again, that's something that should be talked about. But the Jews think that they're immune to criticism, that you can't say anything bad about them at all. You can't, even if it's true, or even if you're just criticizing them because you want them to leave your country alone, you want them to leave your church alone. And again, just like with the racial issue, the solution to this problem is separation. Just as we must be separated from the non-white races, we must separate ourselves from the Jews. And we must completely separate them from all our institutions, both church and state. I'm Jason Robert Barron. Have a wonderful day. I shall speak to you again soon.